Today we've been talking all about hypothyroidism. Well, we wanted to welcome back our good friend Marnie Schneider, who has shared with me that she recently discovered the silent disease that many people don't even realize that they have. Well, it's so serendipitous that we even started talking about this because it really kind of came into my view recently too. And you said that just within the last several days,
yes,
you got concrete confirmation.
I did, and it's so interesting, Layla, because I'm usually quite private about a lot of things. But now what I realize is it's really actually important to share with friends that of what's going on in your life. And people want to help out and they want to advise you and give you some good, constructive, criticism and everything else. So for me, a doctor of my mother's was looking at me and she didn't want to scare me, but she was like, I think you need to, maybe just go see a doctor.
So what was it about her looking at you that she said, I think you need to see a doctor?
Well, she noticed that my thyroid was very enlarged.
Really?
Something that I would have never in a million years thought of.
Well, you look at your face in the mirror every single day.
Yeah.
And you never noticed it. Did it feel different? Was it sore? Did you know?
No. And those are some of the symptoms that typically can happen.
Yeah.
No. I didn't notice anything. I didn't have any symptoms. I wasn't tired. But here's the other thing is that maybe if I was like diagnosed earlier, I would have like a lot more. I mean, I have a lot of energy anyway, so I can't even imagine what this would be like now. Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
Is there any telling how long you may have had hypothyroidism? Did the doctor say?
Based on my blood tests and the numbers that I came back with, they were incredibly, scary to a doctor. So probably for quite a while. Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that's
probably
incredible. Okay, so you never realized that you actually had it, but being that you are a very energetic person, you've never been in this studio. I've never met you once anywhere where you just weren't bursting with energy, but you know yourself best. So you felt that you're feeling a little sluggish. And then what were some of the other manifestations that you noticed?
Weight gain.
Okay,
weight gain. Suddenly, I turned 55 last year and I was like, wait a minute. I've never had this role. I've never had that. But it's kind of easy to dismiss as like, okay, well, you're getting older. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
You get a little chubbier, a little softer. But I was like, but I'm not eating any different. Like there's something's not right.
Yeah.
But I think the weight gain is truthfully what really was one of the things that led me to realize that something wasn't entirely right.
Wow, and just to make that distinction, hypothyroidism is very different from hyperthyroidism, in which when you have a hyperactive thyroid, you actually lose a lot of weight.
Yes.
Hypo, it does the opposite.
Yeah.
And then what about your body temperature? Do you always feel cold or
hot?
You always felt hot.
Hot. Yes, hot.
Oh, interesting.
Hot. Very. And again, part of that could be hormonal stuff too.
Yeah.
But hot. I mean, I would definitely notice that there were moments when I was like, I am just from the inside so hot. I don't even know. And I used to always be cold. I was always a cold person.
Okay, because hypothyroidism, the coldness, because that's what I tend to feel is I could walk into a warm room and I'm freezing.
Yeah.
Like I need to have a coat. So it's different, I guess, for everybody. But in the process of them discovering that you had hypothyroidism, what else did they discover?
Well, they discovered that I needed to be on estrogen, on hormones, and that the hormones of the past were actually, people they got a bad rap, but it's what they discovered was that I probably needed to have taken care of myself a few years years ago.
You've been busy.
A little bit, but so also taking hormones is a good thing. And then I also discovered throughout all of this that I have Hashimotos, which is another part of this hypothyroid thing. So with Hashimotos, it's an autoimmune disease, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up, I don't get it. I don't get sick. How could I have all these things and still feel totally fine? Which is because our brains are so remarkable that they don't want us to be sick. They want us to keep going and doing good things. But you know what? It's important to go to the doctor, get tested. If something doesn't look right, do checks on your body, trust your instincts, and try to just do those things
and
too.
With the treatments, with the medication, have you noticed a difference? I realize this has only been a few days.
It's been not even just about a week. Yeah. Wow. So I'm on day 8.
So how do you feel?
I feel much better.
Really?
I do. I really, really do. Also, one of the things about Hashimoto's is to try to stay away from gluten and stay away from dairy. I mean, I never met a cookie that I didn't like. So this is
cheese is my advice.
I mean, seriously,
I can't imagine.
All of it. So, so now trying to live like that. Certainly, it's like it's one thing if you were to say, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm not going to have any bread. But now you know that, like, and maybe you would not necessarily follow through on that diet. But now I know I'm like, okay, from like a clinical standpoint, it's not even like vanity keeping me the bread away from me. It's just clinical, strictly.
It's a totally different reason, and it makes it a little bit easier to adhere to.
I think so.
Well, you look fabulous.
Well, thank
you. Sound fabulous.
No, thank you,
Here's
Layla.
to your health. Thank you so much for sharing and being so candid.
Thank you.
We're back after this.